but you don't shut the government down. You don't use your policy disagreements as leverage to not pay our troops, to not have essential services of government actually function. I think we're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing.
The United States is staring at the possibility of a full-fledged government shutdown. If Congress fails to agree on a spending bill, federal funding will run out, forcing large parts of America's administration to grind to a halt. Talks between US President Donald Trump and Democratic leaders at the White House ended with no breakthrough. And what does that mean for ordinary Americans? Thousands of federal workers could soon be fired, impacting everything from NASA's research to operations at national parks. Even federal courts could be forced to suspend activity. Small businesses too may feel the heat as federal grants and approvals get delayed. Budget standoffs like this have become a routine in Washington politics over the last 15 years. Most of them are resolved at the very last moment, but this time there's a new element of uncertainty. US President Donald Trump's willingness to override or even ignore spending laws passed by the Congress. That is why JD Vance made a big announcement right after the meeting. Listen in to what the US Vice President said.
We just had a very frank conversation with the Senate and House Democratic leadership. Look, the principle at stake here is very simple. We have disagreements about tax policy, but you don't shut that government down. We have disagreements about healthcare policy, but you don't shut the government down. You don't use your policy disagreements as leverage to not pay our troops, to not have essential services of government actually function. I think we're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing. I hope they change their mind, but we're going to see. We told them it was absurd, and now they come in here saying that if you don't give us everything that we want, we're going to shut down the government. We think that's preposterous. We think it's totally unacceptable, and we think the American people are going to suffer because these guys won't do the right thing.
With the clock ticking, the standoff now raises the question: will the world's largest economy really see its government partially shut down, or will political brinkmanship once again end in a last-minute deal?